Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy K Breezy here, back with yet again another banger video. And in today's video, I'm gonna be telling y'all guys some of the best tips that I have to get gold, camo on your guns, or even diamond if you look at it in the long term. With that being said, real quick before I jump into the tips that I have to mention in today's video, be sure to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell icon. That way you never have to worry about missing out on an upload. Starting off straight from the top, we have the spray camo. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Just to get 300 eliminations while playing the game. I mean, you're going to get 300 eliminations playing the game if you know at least anything about what you're doing. I think it's been taking me around 1,000 kills before I reach max level on this weapon, and I'm pretty sure you have to get this weapon to the max level before you can technically get it gold. So you're gonna get 300 kills while you're playing with this weapon. It's really nothing to that. Next step, as far as headshots, a good game mode I have to recommend if you're having trouble getting headshots is hardcore, because instead of it taking 2 to 3 shots to get a headshot with some of those high recoil weapons like the AK, it would just be one shot to the head every time from really long ranges. As far as long shots, I like to do these in hardcore as well. I guess as you can kind of tell, you kind of want to go to either side of the map and kind of the general long shot areas of the map. Some of the best maps for long shots are Armada, the ship map, just going on, say, the left or right lane. While it varies for every assault rifle, just by playing it much more slower paced and staying more or less in the back of the map, you're going to get these long shots eventually. And really it just comes down to you being able to wait and having patience for people to run down into your line of sights. And for the classic camos, get 5 kill streaks without dying, I think for a total of 20 times. Then what I would really recommend is playing free-for-all, because in free-for-all it takes, say, I don't know, like 6 kills to get you. And put it like this: if somebody calls in a UAV in team deathmatch, you have 6 possible people that could try and kill you, versus if somebody calls in a UAV in free-for-all, you got 1 person that's going to try and kill you. And this is going to let you go on those longer kill streaks, because people aren't going to be communicating unless you are in just a crazy free-for-all lobby. But people aren't going to be communicating, be like, hey, let's go jump Billy in the back street on 34th Avenue. They're just going to be playing the game, especially if it's with a bunch of randoms, which it has to be because it's free-for-all. Next up, we have the Flora Camo. This one can be difficult, but isn't too difficult. I would just recommend playing, say, free-for-all or something like that, and using the field mic, and just kind of putting the field mic where there's at least 2 or 3 corridors that people generally run through. Like I said, this is one that just kind of takes time. You can't force people to become detected by your score streaks. If you like to run stun grenades, this one is much easier. I'm not really a big fan of stun grenades myself, but they would help in some of those situations. I just kept thinking I had a stem shot and it kept screwing me over. But I would definitely recommend just use a field mic. Just play it kind of slow, play around your field mic, and when you do call in, say, a UAV, make sure you're playing very aggressive with that UAV. If you don't want to use the field mic, you can also use the gas mine. Use the gas mine, let them start getting hit by the gas mine, they're going to panic, and then you just shoot them after they've been detected and started taking damage from that gas mine. Now this right here is probably the hardest camo of them all, the science camo. Shoot 50 enemies that are taking cover from behind you. Now there's more or less 2 ways of doing this, and you can either shoot somebody, let them take cover, and then try to kill them after they try to take cover, or what I would highly recommend is playing the Armada map. And what you want to do is you want to shoot people more or less in the middle lane near B flag, because every single time, regardless of whether or not they're aiming at you, once they run across the area, that is going to count for your science camo. I cannot stress how much easier it makes this camo, because the only thing they count as somebody being behind cover is if this lower, like torso down, has to be behind cover. You have to be shooting them from this up. Highly recommend playing hardcore, because otherwise you're just going to be sitting there struggling, and this camo can really piss you off because you can't force people to take cover behind you. This is, in my opinion, worse than mount kills, worse than long shot kills, and right there with the dogfight kills in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Don't know if you remember that, but you had to get 20 or 25. Like medal was you and somebody else would both have to jump into the air at the same time, and you would have to win that gunfight in the air while y'all are both jumping in your exosuits. And you can't force somebody to jump, so you kind of have to jump when you thought somebody else was jumping, and it was just so difficult. I don't like camos that are based on other people's actions, because it's not really a choice of skill or based off skill, it's based off luck. So that's just my opinion. But highly recommend play Armada, shoot those people in the middle lane near B flag. Psychedelic camo, pretty easy. Right now as I'm making this video, Nuketown 1984 is out, so definitely be grinding on that map while you can. What I recommend personally, don't even focus on like finishing the camos themselves or anything like that. I would just recommend trying to get as many guns as you can, you know, to that max level. Then once the double XP event ends, go back and get those camos that you've been trying to work on, because while you could be trying to do, say, the science camo, shoot enemies behind cover, that's taken away from the time that you need to get those kills, because normally, like I said, it takes 1,000 kills to get a weapon to max level versus being able to take only 500 kills to get a weapon to max level. So I cannot stress enough, while this is double weapon XP, double level XP, highly recommend that you go ahead and just focus on getting those weapons maxed out to the best of your abilities. If you haven't checked that out already, I got a best class set up for the XM4 that really helped me to get this gun gold. It really just helped me get through the grind. I would suggest playing some classical music or something, because some of these are gonna drive you crazy. And the way that they have these challenges set up, like psychedelic camo, that should be right after, say, you get, you know, the bloodthirsty. And I feel like if these camos are organized more neatly, like double kills should be right up there with getting your headshots, and in between, you know, getting those bloodthirsty kills. Science camo should be right before or right with getting your long shot kills. That probably could be the last camo, because while it's hard, it's just going to take some time, and you're probably still going to be maxing out your weapon while you're doing it. You probably already got a maxed out weapon or right there at it if you're getting double kills with it. But overall, guys, these are just some of my best tips that I have for getting these camos. I know that it's not, you know, the most insane tips, but I feel like these really do help. And for any camo, playing hardcore is going to make a huge difference, especially when you're getting those headshots, and you're more or less going to have to play hardcore when you're trying to shoot enemies behind cover. But be sure to let me know down below, guys, if you have any better tips or anything you feel like I missed out on today's video. And if you just have anything that you suggest I include, or if you have anything that you think would help somebody else out. But thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, it's your boy KB, signing off. Peace.